What's up, YouTube? It's Andrew Lochner here, coming at you on January 1st, 2022. Want to film this quick video walking you guys through the Attentive platform. I've got a few questions just from my friends within the e-commerce community, as well as a few other e-commerce store owners, how I'm currently managing my e-commerce clients on Attentive. I have a few that use Klaviyo, a few that use PostScript as well. SMS bump is another option that is frequently used. But I tend to stick with Klaviyo and Attentive as the main platforms that I'm utilizing for my SMS strategies. And so the primary purpose of this video today is to really walk you guys through the platform, give you a general overview so that you have an understanding of how to leverage the platform, whether you are utilizing it already or looking to utilize it for your e-commerce store, or if you're an e-commerce agency looking to manage clients on Attentive. I think there's going to be a lot of value in this video for anybody kind of tuning in. So let's, without further ado, just go ahead and jump right in. Before I do that though, if there is any questions or comments on this video, please be sure to drop them in the comment section below. And then also, if you get any value from this video, please hit the subscribe button. You're going to see a little bell icon in the bottom right-hand side of the video, as well as the subscribe button underneath the video as well. So would really appreciate it if you went ahead and subscribed if you got any value from this video. So here we go. We are in the Attentive mobile dashboard here. This is just kind of a general overview of the account, allowing you to kind of see how the account's doing in terms of revenue, new subscribers, as well as specific campaign performance. So what I'm usually paying attention here to is generally how much revenue are we generating? How are our campaigns performing? And then what are the trends of the account and how are we trending? And one thing that you can clearly see here is we're starting to have a trend down after the holiday season. And that's for a few reasons specifically for this brand. One particularly being that we've sent less SMS messages. It looks like after about the 19th here. That was our cutoff date for shipping. And really, we didn't have too much other kind of purpose to send our SMS list and emails beyond that point, except for just a holiday message here or there, just kind of as a general branding message. But we're also seeing a decline after the holiday season. I think that's pretty frequently seen across all e-commerce accounts. So just a general kind of overview here. We can get an overview of how many email subscribers we have been able to collect over the past month or so, and this is trending week over week metrics. So you can see the I guess that would be the 4th through the 11th, the 11th through the 18th, the 18th through the 25th, and so on. After that, we got a little campaign section here, allowing us to kind of dive in and get a general understanding of how our campaigns are performing. The main metrics that I'm looking at here are really click-through rates and conversion rates. Click-through rates telling me that yes, this message that we sent out to our audience was engaging. It was personalized enough to them in where they are in the user journey to have got them to click through and actually participate in the messaging. We can see that some here have great open and click rates. Some of these are more segmented than others, and that is part of the reasoning here. This one was more of a general message, but still had a nearly 6% click through rate, which is phenomenal. And then conversion rate as well. So these are all kind of metrics that I pay attention to on a campaign by campaign basis, just to allow me to get better insight into what I need to do to change our messaging around and kind of reiterate on points that may push users down the funnel and get them to actually make that purchase. So that's the dashboard view there. What I'll do now is I'll go ahead and jump over into the subscribers section and just kind of do a brief overview of how we can break down and segment our lists. So this is all of our pop-ups, and what we can see here is basically individual pop-ups that have been implemented on site. And these are for email and SMS specifically. We can shoot those emails over to Klaviyo with Zapier, and that makes that handoff extremely seamless. Impressions, clicks, click-through rates, these are all kind of things that we're paying attention to on these actual pop-up forms themselves, just to ensure that we are getting the optimal kind of opt-ins from these pop-ups as possible. Some of these are tailored to specific audiences in UTMs. So if we have Facebook ads running, we may have a specific pop-up tailored to people that are coming through on Facebook, as well as any other advertising channel like that. And we kind of break up and segment our pop-ups that way as well. So very cool stuff that we can do here. And I'll have a separate video diving deeper into the actual pop-ups. Let me know in the comments down below if that would be a video that you guys would be interested in. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and jump into the journey section. We don't actually have too many journeys set up with this brand, just a few of the kind of core journeys, as well as I would say the post-transaction messaging. So what you can see here is the core flows that we have implemented currently are cart abandonment, the welcome series, as well as the browse abandonment series. And these are basically triggered on actions based on how people are interacting with the website. And when users do take that action, excuse me, windstorm came in. When those users do take their actions on site, what usually happens is they get added into the flow sequence, and then there can be conditional splits that kind of further segment that audience down based on their attributes, their demographics, and things like that. So all of these things can be taken into account when you're starting to think about your flows. I'll go ahead and dive into an actual flow here just quickly so you guys can see how this is broken down. Somebody's entered to the flow when they view a product, and that is the trigger event for this flow itself. They get entered in, they'll wait 45 minutes. Minutes. After that, they will then get branched off. If they have added anything to their cart since they have started their journey, they will receive no messaging. If they did not add anything else to their cart, or if they did not adjust their cart since starting this flow, then they will receive a SMS 45 minutes later. So this SMS is just pretty simple. Did you see something you liked? Take a second to look. Included the product linked as well. Could potentially add in some images, some MMS, some things to try and boost up the engagement rates. But honestly, we've seen pretty decent engagement rates with this actual campaign itself. Having sent it to nearly 19,000 people and having a click-through rate of 12% is pretty significant. So that campaign is well optimized. Go ahead, if you guys would like me to walk through any further journeys, go ahead, let me know in the comments down below and I can do that. So campaigns. Campaigns are really the kind of core feature that I tend to use within Attentive. Journeys are great. It's great to get the correct journey set up, but ultimately we are sending frequent one-off messages to segments of our list. It's rare that we'll send an SMS message to the entire SMS list. Usually we're trying to break this down into however, I guess the smallest kind of personalized segments that we can. So main things here, kind of like I talked about on the dashboard screen, looking at click-through rates, trying to drive this number up as high as possible, make sure that these messages are personalized to the users, and then also paying attention to conversion rates and unsubscribe rates as well. I would say anywhere under 3% is really the desired goal. I've heard some people say under 10%. I think that's a little ridiculous in terms of unsubscribe metrics. And if you are having 1 out of every 10 people unsubscribe, when you send out a text message, you've probably got a problem there. So I would say any more than 3%, you should probably be looking to optimize your unsubscribe rate. And this brand is doing fantastic for the most part, under 2% for every single one of their campaigns. So that basically allows you to retain your SMS list at a much higher rate than you would otherwise if you're dropping those users off like flies. So just a few things to kind of think about there when you are building out your campaigns is click-through rates, conversion rates, and unsubscribe rates, kind of focusing on those metrics, making sure to drive each of those up incrementally, driving unsubscribes down, and ultimately your revenue will start going up as long as you focus on those elements. So that covers campaigns. Now segments. This is kind of how we break down our list, define who we want to be sending our messaging to, primarily through campaigns. And what we can do is break down our list by a few different segment aspects here: actions taken on site, profile characteristics, as well as other things that they have done, number of purchases that we can pull from our Shopify data. So I have another video I'm going to walk you guys through for creating very tailored, very ROI positive segments of your audience. I think that's going to be a video that provides a lot of value to a lot of e-commerce store owners, as well as e-commerce agency owners as well. So just a few things to kind of consider there. I'll have further video coming out on that in the next few days. So that covers segments. You guys can break down the actual segments yourself, play around within the platform, and start to actually build out your own segments. If you have any specific questions, I'm happy to help out in the comment section below. Other than that, we've got conversations, which is our two-way conversations. We can set this up to automatically kind of reply to people based on what the algorithm has detected within the message itself. So that is a great option. We can build out offers within Attentive. I tend to do this within the Shopify platform. We can also integrate Klaviyo, Shopify, Facebook ads, and then I guess any other platforms that we're trying to connect through to Attentive. So those are all platforms to kind of consider there. And then on the analytics side, this is actually a new kind of element that Attentive has recently implemented. But new SMS subscribers, you can kind of track that in terms of month over month or week over week totals. You can change the filter options here. And this just gives you a much deeper dive, high level overview of all of your account metrics, KPIs. From this, you can start setting objectives and key results and tracking those separately. So all great things to consider within the platform. There's a lot of great elements that you can dive into and kind of optimize, figure out what is going to be best utilized for your brand specifically. So going on 12 minutes here, but if you guys got any value from this video, would love if you guys went ahead and subscribe down below. I'm going to have additional videos coming out on Attentive, but if there's anything specific, happy to make videos on that content as well. So thanks guys, and stay tuned.